Hello, and welcome to our latest OnPoint impressions. I am CMoney, and I am joined by the always lovely Doodle.
What's up, everybody? Thank you so very much for rocking out with us today.
Guys, we are here with our first impressions of the early access release of Kristala. Shout out to Astro Clock Tower Studios for providing us with the early access code so we can get in there. Now, we had the absolute privilege of meeting the team over at Astro Clock Tower Studios at PAX East 2024 this year. We played the game, the video's out there, check it out. We had such a great time playing the game, and we frankly were so excited when we were invited to go ahead and participate in the early access and be able to get our hands on it. And we've really been having a good time.
Absolutely. We also have them on our Her, Him, and a Dev. And
Yes.
we got to know them better, hear a lot more about the game. So make sure you check out that interview.
Absolutely.
A
It
lot
was a
of fun.
fantastic interview with two of the three owners, Sarah and Alexis. They're awesome. Shout out to them for coming on the show and hanging out with us. That being said, let's go ahead and jump right into our impressions of Kristala, the early access. Let's start with what we liked. If you have a rig that is able to go ahead and play this game at higher settings, what a stunner.
It absolutely is.
I really dig the way they made this game look. The art style is amazing. They did go ahead and move this engine to Unreal Engine 5. And I can tell you from our hands-on at PAX just a short couple months ago, what a big difference. Oh my God, night and day difference. It looks so much better. The lighting is so much better. The fur on the cat looks so well done. The texture work is all there. The environments, they're so detailed and so well done. Really enjoyed.
Yes, in
The
such a
graphics.
short amount of time, it's truly a testament to how focused the team really is into enhancing the game. Because, as you said, leaps from when we last played it, and we were pretty impressed at PAX. And they also created this dark world, right? With accents of purple, deep reds, and greens to give an accentuated tone to the mythical environment.
Absolutely. So the next thing is the combat itself. Such a fun time playing this game. The combat is very responsive and impactful. The impact is there. I really enjoy how the basic moveset itself, the one that you're doing over and over again, it's satisfying. It's crunchy. It feels good when you hit the enemies. Also, I really enjoy the use of the magic that is in the game. Every class has magic, and they're really fun to use. I definitely have a favorite move where they go ahead and once you do the spell, it hurts the enemy that you selected, but it also hurts any enemy around it. And the most satisfying is when you kill the enemy with it, it kills the other ones too. It's great.
I do love the fact that in combat, like you're thinking of a cat, right? So cute and everything, but so badass. They managed to accentuate every killer instinct that these cats have,
Seriously.
right? They have this stealthness to them, and you crawl around, which is one of my favorites, by the way. You get to go ahead and go full cat motion, and you stealth around as a cat crawling around is so fire. And when you attack an enemy and you come in from behind, that jump that you do and the badass claws that come out to like rip their throat, it's wild, bro. I love
It
it. You
is.
feel so in tune with it. And when you jump from a high place, again, you're a cat, so you land on your feet every time. It's so smooth, it's so seamless.
Yep, you don't take
It's,
any damage.
yes, it's just so badass.
I agree. The stealth is one of my favorite parts. I love sneaking around and seeing how many people I can kill without being noticed. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to murder everyone as silently as possible. And you're right. There's just something so visceral about when you sneak up behind somebody and you just reach over with those claws and just rip their throats out. And they go in night night. Like
Yes, they're definitely going night night. And
for
I
sure.
love that, you pointed that out because you pointed out how much you love the stealth, right? And this is something that you love to do normally in other games as well. I am more of a chaos situation, and in this game, I gravitate towards that stealthness. I don't know if it's the way that they have the cat doing the motions, how badass it really is when you go ahead and attack the enemies, but it's something that I'm not normally drawn to or that I gravitate towards, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it in this game.
Agreed, agreed. Now, one of the other big things, and maybe the reason why you gravitate towards stealth, is that crowd control is so important in this game. These enemies, if you allow them, they will group up around you. They will surround you. Like, this is just what will happen. And they are not playing nice. They're not taking turns. They're not saying, "Hey, you
No,
go,
they're
bud."
vicious.
No, you can have all of them swing at the same time and just completely destroy your health bar. Like, you just
And I love that because it takes you out, right? When you're there and you have a group around you and they come at you one at the time, right? That's not realistic. So the fact that they were incorporating that reality element where you will get hit by anybody around you, they will sneak up on you and gang up on you. That's exactly what they do. And you know what's funny? The fact that they, by mistake, can hit each other
yeah, yeah. Like,
and
if you dodge
lower
out the
their
way,
health, right? That was
yeah,
so
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that is really dope. I do appreciate them putting that in there. Yeah, no, it's wild because what will happen is, like, there's no fake barrier for the enemies to, like, say, "Oh, well, I can only go this far, so I'm not gonna come." If you're in a combat zone and some other enemy from further away hears it or sees it, they're coming
Oh,
and
they
they're
are.
going to beat your ass.
And you're like, wait, weren't you just on the other side? Because you think you're being smooth. You're like, all right, I'm gonna handle this side real quick. And then everybody just jumps over. If they see you, and by the way, they do this amazingly. The fact that even if you're sneaking around, if they get a whiff of you, you're done. Like, they're coming for you.
Yeah, 100%. If you allow yourself to get surrounded, they will take you out and it's going to be a problem. The other takedown that I enjoy doing is from the air. So there's a lot of situations where you can get up on a house or on a roof or up on a tree and you have your victim down below and you just jump and you just do a air takedown, and it's so satisfying to just like lunge that your sword right into them and they're just done. Especially
Yes.
when you mix it with platforming, like if you're swinging off of something and then you time it right to just
It's just
boom.
a beautiful scene. And this is the thing. I do love that when you're locked into an enemy, like, you're locked in. Also, it's so smooth to switch back and forth between having your sword and your shield or saying, you know what? I want this to be super raw. Just fight with my claws. And that you get both experiences. And like you said earlier, with the magic, right? You can also use the magic to attack them, especially if they're in a certain angle and you don't want to get too close. I love the choices.
Yeah, and you can enhance your attacks with the magic too. They did a really good job overall with the combat for sure. Another part that I enjoyed, even though there's not tons of it that I found quite yet, but the voice acting. So the game starts with a reading that somebody is doing, and it's just really well done. And you do meet a pretty cool character in the game. Not going to spoil it, but awesome, awesome voice acting there as well.
Yes, as well as the music in there is so majestic and mythical. I do really
Agreed.
enjoy it. It accentuates the rest of the game. They also have, the squeaking going around from,
With the mice,
yes, with
yeah,
the
with the
mic
enemies.
and the enemies.
And then the level design, I feel like it was really well thought out. For a Souls-like game, you're looking for your shortcuts and how they're going to reveal themselves to you as you go through. And they're always really smartly done. I feel like every time I saw the red vines, the
Yes.
the poison that's there, and you can't go because it'll kill you if you touch it. Finding a way to unlock that shortcut and cure the disease there is always interesting, and it's always like, I found it. There we go.
I do love the way that you get to go all around the world, right? And then you find that gate that you couldn't open, and there's your shortcut, right? How it all ties together. They did that beautifully.
Agreed. I think they did a really good job with it. Now, those were everything that we really liked. Again, really, really enjoy the game. It's
I also loved exploring through the houses. There are always items to find. There's always something, and you can miss a lot going through it. And sometimes an enemy may be in there that you're not expecting,
just
and
surprise
it's
your ass.
time to whoop some bum bum.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think they did a great job overall with the level design and giving you something to do while you're navigating the world. Now, obviously, guys, this is early access, right? So it's not a 100% 1.0 version of the game yet. There are going to be things that they need to address, and we're going to go over some of the things that we think can be improved. And these are a lot of things that they already gave us beforehand as a list of, known bugs and things like that that they're going to be addressing and working on and improving as they go on. So this is not going to be necessarily news to them, but obviously we want you guys being aware going into it what to expect with some of this stuff. So I would say one of the main things that you'll notice is that the animations on the enemies from a distance or just their walking patterns or as you see them navigate the world are a bit rough. There's different places where they might get stuck in the animations every once in a while, but that is again obviously something that they're going to improve on and work on over time. Same thing with your character animations. They work well, like they look good while you're moving in the world and playing in the world, but there's times that you might be in a piece of the geometry in the world and kind of get stuck and you have to kind of attack your way out of it or jump out of it.
Yes, or you might see an enemy walking by, and then you see just the weapon and shield, and then the enemy fills back in.
To be fair, that goes all the way down to working on the Steam Deck. And that's actually, I played a lot of the game on the Steam Deck, and it works really well for how graphically intensive the game can be. So I think that overall, it works pretty well on the Steam Deck. Obviously, they're going to optimize. Their goal is to make it Steam Deck verified before the full release. But even then, when I look at the time when we were given access to the original PAX demo to play at home, and then their updated version that included, all the updates they did on the same Steam Deck, it just looks so much better and didn't take an impact
It
on
absolutely
performance.
does.
Sound effects can also be a mixed bag. So like the voice work and the soundtrack is really, really well done. The sound effects as they are, some of them sound fine, some of them not so much. Some of them sound a little off. There are some sound effects that are not even quite in the game just yet. And again, these are known to them already. These are things that they are going to fix, but we're just pointing it out so that it's there.
I do wish that there was a little bit less of the squeaking of the mice. It's so authentic to the world, or maybe
Variations
of it.
And then one of the last things is obviously some of the items don't necessarily work properly quite yet. One of the ones that was kicking my butt was the poison cure wasn't working yet. So try not to get poisoned and have a lot of health ready to go to offset it. All right, so overall, none of these things that we know that they're going to be working on and trying to improve over time really affected us right now. I mean, we had a fun time playing. I really enjoy it. It's pretty much has a permanent residency on my Steam Deck. I really, really enjoy the gameplay loop. I enjoy the way it feels to play the game. I enjoy the look of the game. I think graphically they nailed it. This is an indie game, made by a small studio, and they're really punching above their weight.
This game was for sure a standout for us from PAX, and they've put so much work into it since. And these little things do not take away from the experience and how special the game truly is. And it's been from the beginning. And with that, if you liked our first impression from OnPoint, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you play the game, let us know how you enjoyed it.
And with that, we're going to end our show the way we end every single show. Doodle!
Yes,
We're done.
we are.
Until next time,
You're intruding.
you're intruding.